everyone, and happy World Autism Day. My name is Ryan Hammond, and I am the Executive Director of the Eagles Autism Foundation. Started in 2018 with an aggressive goal of raising funds for autism, unifying a community, and changing the conversation from awareness to action. In just 3 short years, we've raised over $10 million. Every cent has been donated back into the community. So with our friends at Reed Smith, we're going to go through a couple questions and hopefully share the commitment of the organization and inspire you to learn more. So with that, I'd like to introduce our panel today, which we have Brenda Simoes, we have Richard Sini, and Jonathan Andrews. Our first question is for Richard. Richard, can you explain to us in your words, what is autism and how does World Autism Day break down barriers?
So autism is a lifelong developmental disorder. It's a spectrum disorder which impacts different people in different ways. It typically affects communication and social interaction. For some, the impacts may be so mild that they aren't aware that they have it. Others need help from a carer every day. I used to equate autism with Dustin Hoffman's character in Rain Man. But then a year ago, a doctor suggested that we have one of our daughters tested, and the testing requires parental input. I was completing the form and thinking, yeah, she does this. And so do I, again and again and again. So in my mid-40s, I was diagnosed as autistic. I found my diagnosis to be empowering and a massive relief. It's helped me to understand myself. This, for me, is why Autism Awareness Day is so important, because there's so little understanding in the general public of a disorder that many people live with. The more awareness, the easier it will be for autistic people in society, and the more likely it is that people like me can find a path to diagnosis.
Thank you so much, Richard. Well, then we'll move on to our second question with Jonathan. Jonathan, why is this day important to you? Why is it important that it's recognized by the firm? And what do you think the benefits are within Reed Smith hiring individuals on the autism spectrum?
So I think firstly, the day is really important because we still need events like this to actually raise more awareness of what autism is, how it affects people in different ways, the very different ways it can affect many different people, and also to start talking not just about awareness, but about how can we really increase inclusion. Reed Smith have been focused on this for a number of years, and particularly this year obviously we're very much supportive through this video and the initiatives that we do. And actually for the last few years have been running apprenticeship and internship schemes for young autistic individuals. And I think it's because the firm recognises that there are many skills that many autistic individuals can really bring to organisations. So I think the firm recognises that. It also recognises the importance of making sure that when people are in the workplace, that we need to be as inclusive as possible to make people feel comfortable and be able to really feel themselves and be able to be themselves. So I'm really pleased to see all the work that Reed Smith has done over the years, and particularly with this video this year, to get that message out there.
Jonathan, I couldn't agree more. And I think to have an organization that has people that think differently, you're stronger together and you're really advancing the mission of your organization. And our next question is for Brenda. Brenda, we were hoping you can share with us, what has Reed Smith done to support autism and neurodiversity in the workplace? What are you doing for employees and partnerships and, just some volunteer opportunities through your community?
Sure. Reed Smith supports our autistic employees both practically and philosophically. From a practical standpoint, we make necessary accommodations, whether it's physical accommodations like natural lighting, noise canceling headsets, a fidget chair, strategic accommodations like verbal cues or reminders to move on to the next task. Philosophically, we want to create an environment where our autistic employee feels secure and our neurotypical employees don't find it remarkable to have an autistic colleague. And one of the ways that we've done that is our partnership with the St. Anthony program in Pittsburgh. It's a vocational training program that places an emphasis on teaching punctuality, productivity, endurance, problem-solving skills, really skills that you'd want any employee to have, not just your autistic employee. And they place their students in our office. And as our chief operating officer says, in his eyes, the students do more for us than we do for them.
Well, thank you so much to our panelists, Richard, Brenda, and Jonathan. We appreciate everything you shared and hope that all of you learned more about autism, Reed Smith's commitment, and understand that you can all play a role to create a more diverse, supported environment for your colleagues and community. You can learn more about the work of the Eagles Autism Foundation at eaglesautismfoundation.org. And you can certainly look to your resources within Reed Smith at reedsmith.com/diversity.